future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
It's so trippy. Yeah. Oh, I feel like I was just a Burning Man. Oh my god. Yeah. It's the Pandora Boxx show.
Yay.
Hi, my name's Pandora Boxx, and this is my show.
Yay! I'm the only one.
Thanks.
Studio audience is like, you know what? We clap once. What more do you want?
We're not real.
We're not.
And my co-host, Samantha Hale. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I am just delighted to be here.
Oh,
you know.
That sounded fake as fuck.
I know. I'm not awake yet. You know, you have those days where you just cannot wake up.
It's half my life,
Yeah,
really. I'm
basically.
just like, I feel like it's a dream or a nightmare.
Right, well, either way. But you know
being tested by an alien species. Like, I'm like a sim and they're controlling me and they're like, what can we do now?
What can we make
How
her
can
do?
we fuck with her now?
Welcome to my life. I feel like I'm trying really hard to make my voice sound like my actual voice because what I want to be is just like this.
You want to
Today.
be a little Kathleen
A
Turner.
little Kathleen. I love Kathleen Turner.
Ooey.
Ooey? No, it's ooey. Ooey. If you don't know that reference, then
No, it's-
help yourself. You have to
Hers
go.
is a little more like,
Ooey.
ooey, ooey. Listen to the birds. Yeah, they go, ooey, ooey.
Oh my God. My favorite part when she's reading the book. This is Serial Mom, everybody. My favorite part is when she opens the book, the bird books, and it's just all serial killers inside. And she's got like all these letters from like Ted Bundy and Charles Manson. I love that movie.
Can't wear white shoes after Labor Day anymore.
I
That's not
know.
true. Yes, it is.
Did I tell you? I actually had a dream once that I was Serial Mom, and it was awful because I don't want to be a mom. You know what I mean? Like it was
That's the
awful.
scary part.
It was. Can you imagine like being a serial killer while you have kids? Like you'd have to hire a sitter, and sitters are expensive while you're out stabbing. You know, like it would be.
It's very expensive. I actually had dinner with John Waters.
You did?
One time.
That is so cool.
It was a fundraiser. It's like a small, intimate dinner, and you paid a certain amount of money. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to pay it.
Hell yeah.
I should
would.
leave that part out. It makes the
Well,
story better.
I know.
But it was also to benefit the Image Out Film Festival in Rochester,
nice.
New York. So it went to a good cause. And so I was very nervous sitting.
Yeah,
I sat
I
directly
bet.
across from him. And some of these other homos that were there just would not shut the fuck up. They just kept going on and on about this part and this part.
Oh
and,
my God.
and I'm like, forget it. I'm not going to fight for attention for
Yeah.
John Waters. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to enjoy his company because he's actually really, really funny. And
Right.
and he did a speech at the for like an event, and he's really like a stand-up comic. Like it was so funny.
I love it.
So hilariously funny. And so he did some of the stuff that he had told in the show, and he's like, I'm giving away all my stuff. I can't tell these stories. But with the server came over, and they asked me what I wanted for dinner, and I said, I'll have 2 chicken breasts, please. And he looked up, and which is a line from Female Trouble, and he looked up from his glasses and his menu, and he's like, we're not serving chicken tonight.
Oh.
And I'm like, I just quoted lines
Oh my God.
from a John Waters
Did
movie.
you die on the
with
inside?
John Waters. I did. I
Oh,
totally was
that's
like,
so cool. Oh, that just happened. See,
mean-
that's cooler than forcing a conversation on him.
yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
a cool, and I've never forgotten it. I will never forget it.
Right.
Epic. And, you know, John Waters has amazing movies and
Right.
a little risque.
A little risque. I love that.
Yeah,
though.
but it's fine. But it does kind of make me think of something that I thought of today. And I'm like, did you ever just poop so much that you're like, what did I eat? Like, how am I pooping this much if I didn't eat anything today? Like, where is it coming
Those
from?
are just your insides coming
Do I just sleepy? Am I like Liz Lemon ordering pizza in my sleep or something?
Maybe. Did you take an Ambien? Because that's what happens.
No, I don't take Ambien because I've heard some crazy ass horror stories
yeah.
from people like right before it's about to hit and crazy things people do.
Yeah. No,
I'm like,
yeah.
No, I just like some good old fashioned liquor and
Z-Quil, maybe? No, I knew a woman who
melatonin actually.
Oh, yeah.
because it's natural.
Right.
It helps you sleep.
Right.
and-
I know a woman who used to take it regularly, and it got to the point where she had to put a chain on her fridge. Had to actually put a chain on her own refrigerator because she would wake up in the morning. She'd be like, "I just went shopping. Where's all our food?" Oh
God.
my God. Yeah. Yeah. No, but the one's like celebrity moment where I sat across from somebody and I died.
I
I
don't
was
care.
at okay. I
Just
was
kidding. Make sure it's a story I haven't heard before.
Shut up! I hate you so bad. I don't think you have.
Not going to talk about Rob Zombie again, are you?
So I was at this Rob Zombie concert, and no, even though I adore him, I love
no
you,
one
Rob.
cares.
No, I was at the Santa Barbara Film Festival, and I wound up sitting right across from Cate Blanchett, and she is so stunning in person
Yeah.
and so beautiful. I was like nerding out so hard, but luckily security whisked her away before I could embarrass myself, so it was good.
You made a puddle.
I
And
did. I
then they
totally
whisked her
made a
away.
puddle. It's still in
I
the
would-
seat.
I would probably make a puddle
Yep.
for Cate
They had to
Blanchett.
replace the seat. That's
Yeah.
how big the puddle was. I adore her.
A friend of mine just saw Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep.
Meryl
in
Streep.
Ralph's in
Really?
Marina Del Rey. Yeah.
Let's go right now. Let's just
know.
wait at the Ralph's just in case.
He was trying to like be covert and take a picture, and he's like, it didn't work. I was like, well, did you still take it? He's like, no, because she clearly saw that I was going to try and take it.
Oh
and
man.
Because he was really cool because he was like, I didn't want to like call attention to
Right.
her, and because she clearly was there with a bodyguard, and
Oh wow. She used to go to the
Um,
market with a bodyguard.
well, like a really like I guess he just said there was like a really tall like husky
who
guy
was
with
kinda
her
guarding her.
while she was shopping, and she
Yeah.
had like a hat and glasses on, and
So she was not trying to
I
be
would assume
recognized.
that's probably. I mean, maybe it's not. I don't
Yeah.
know what her husband looks like or her boyfriend, but
Right.
generally, if there's a big husky guy
It's
that's just hanging
probably-
out in the
yeah,
background,
he's
it's
probably paid to be there.
A bodyguard.
He's probably paid to take a bullet just in case.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, she's like one of the
I was
biggest actresses,
You think?
actors.
No, I'm not
politically
familiar with her
correct
work.
actors, yeah, of all time. So.
Yeah, I was at the Whole Foods once, and you know when you have a feeling that someone's like staring at you. I was checking out, and I just got that feeling that someone was staring at me. So I looked up, like, what the fuck? Hi, Drew Barrymore. Why is Drew Barrymore staring at me? You can stare all you want, girl. You do it.
Mm.
It was such a moment, and then she left, and I thought we had a connection, but I guess we didn't.
That makes me think of there's a connection here. That one time I was at JFK, the airport, and I looked and I recognized this. I thought I recognized this guy. I'm like, God, who's that guy that looks like he's on fucking meth, wandering around the airport, not knowing where he is. And I looked again. I'm like, oh, that's David Arquette.
Oh,
sorry,
David,
sorry. I do like him,
Oh,
but God,
Dewey from Scream.
He- he looked like a hot mess.
Well,
And I kind of was
mean,
like, I don't know if I should say anything. Like, I wasn't gonna go, hey, hey, hot mess.
you could have been like, "Hey, do you need $1 or something to
No.
eat?" Or
I did meet Erin Moran from Happy Days once on a flight. And
really?
Speaking of hot messes,
Oh dear.
God, I took a picture with her. I asked, she's like, I look like a mess. I'm like, no, you don't.
Yes, you do.
She did. She really
Ah.
did. But I didn't post it. I just sent it to like my. Friends
I
and
just sent it
family.
to everyone on my
No,
Instagram.
just like my mom, my sister, like people that would be like, oh, and they all were like, God, she looks terrible. She has some issues, though. That's why I wouldn't post it because
Right.
clearly, she was a little off balance on the plane.
Little
I
bit.
thought that I was like, who let this like bag lady on the plane? What's happening? And then she's sitting there and she's like, oh, I told her I wanted a window seat, but they didn't give me a window seat. And oh my God, oh, what are we having for it? We're getting food. Oh, what are we having? Oh, and then she goes up to somebody else. She's like, oh my God, that looks so good. What's that? Oh, I'm going to change my meal to
no.
this. And then she's talking to the guy next to her. And I'm like,
Wait.
holy shitballs.
The fact that you're referring to anything served on an airplane and saying, "Oh, that looks good," means you're a hot mess for sure.
Well, it was first class on Delta.
It still comes from a tray in a pushing thingy. You know.
It's a little different in first.
I wouldn't know. That's
I know, that's what I was saying, girl.
no.
But then I went to use the restroom, and I was Ben had peed, and I was done, and I was washing my hands, and there was like a rattle at the door, like a rattle, rattle, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm almost done,
Right.
like, and the door says no vacancy. I open the door, and it's her. And I'm like, oh my God. And she goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, I can't believe I'm sorry. I tried to open the door. Oh, and gave me this big hug. And I was like,
You're like, I
this is
haven't
my
watched-
dream come true right now, because not only was I a big fan of Happy Days, but you're a hot ass mess right now, and I'm living for it.
Oh my gosh.
And then we got off the plane. she finally curled up in a ball and passed out. And then she got off the plane, and we're walking by, and the woman that's sitting next to me is behind me, and we meet again as we're leaving the plane. She goes, "I know you. We met in the bathroom." I'm like, oh. And the woman behind me was like, "Well, that's an interesting story." I'm like, it's not really what you think, but
Yeah.
then after I kind of helped her get to her gate, and I asked for a picture, and
Cute.
that's my hot
mess.
former celebrity story.
Airplane
I mean, she's better off than fucking Chachi,
Yeah,
Scott Baio,
probably.
who's
Oh my
clearly got his own head up his ass, and
I know.
terrible, terrible.
Oh, I told you I did a show with his son once, Scott Baio's son. It was interesting. The show was called Ancestry.comedy. So it was all like comics who are related to somebody. And it was an interesting evening. I'll leave it at that. It was an interesting evening. Yeah, it was like Don Rickles' daughter and Scott Baio's kid and just a bunch of interesting people who I'm like, huh? You're a comic, huh? Okay, that's cool. Cool.
Well, and in case you haven't told this story 5 million times to people listening, that you
Shut up.
You have a celebrity connection too. You're in a celebrity family.
I wasn't gonna say anything because, but I mean, since you brought it up, no, I think we've talked about it.
You're a very important person, Samantha Hale. You're very important.
Well,
do I sound like you're the things you listen to at night? Your inspirational quotes. You're a very important person, Samantha.
You sound like
You're
what I'm
very
listening to right now. I have
You're
another earphone.
very-
It's how I get through the show every Tuesday.
Everybody loves you. You're very funny.
Oh my
You're very funny.
My
Very funny girl. But okay. So you are.
Yeah. You want me to? I don't know. I don't like to drop names.
All
No,
right.
it's so.
You can say it.
No, you say it.
No, you say it.
You say it.
No.
No. Yo.
Okay.
Okay.
Samantha Hale is the granddaughter of Alan Hale, who played the skipper on Gilligan's Island.
Yay! Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of how residuals never happen, so I have no money.
I'm sure.
It's so funny. People come up to me all the time, like, wow, you must be really living it up. I'm like, well, residuals started in the 70s and Gilligan's Island was in 64, so just sit right back and hear a tale of how I don't have any fucking money. How about that?
Somebody just posted a residual check from a TV show.
For like a cent?
And it was like, it was a pretty big TV show, and it was like for 5 cents. They're like, hey, that residual check came in.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember because it makes it funnier to know
Oh,
which
I think
show
I
it was
saw
from.
that.
Somebody that I follow on Twitter, they posted it, I think.
Well, I was talking to one of the comics on my show last night. He was like, Doug Stanhope, who's a brilliant comic. He gets residuals for like a penny, and he sells them on eBay or Amazon for like, $50 to fans. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. Good for you, dude. That's a good idea.
Well, some funny story. Somebody actually asked me about residuals from RuPaul's
Oh,
Drag Race.
I
can't even say it with a straight
one.
face. I was like, honey, that is reality
I
TV.
know, it doesn't-
We barely got anything for being on
You're
there.
like, we got El Pollo Loco.
And they'll use our name and likenesses forever.
Yes.
So you sign your life away when you go on that show.
Basically.
But speaking of that show,
Hey.
all right, we have a great guest today, and I'm so glad that she's here because it's kind of tricky sometimes. They have to be in LA and be in the studio, and it just has worked out. And one of my favorites from RuPaul's Drag Race. And I'm saying
One of
it's
our
true.
favorites.
The fabulous Latrice Royale is in the
motherfucking
house.
Royale.
And I thought, hey, you know what? He's funny. He's a great guy. And they're a couple. Why not have her fiance, Christopher Hamblin,
It's
on the
our
show today, too?
I know, our first couple on the show.
I
I'm
love
excited.
it. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, I'm going to get them. We're going to play my song Different, available on iTunes, because I'm still trying to get a residual check from that.
Nothing's different about what we play every week.
Trying to make a profit. Maybe, balance out the cost of the
Heyo.
song and the music video. And okay.
You mean you don't get residuals for that?
Well, I mean, if like 10,000 people watched it on YouTube, I might make $1 today.
Hey.
Go watch my video on YouTube.
Do it.
Actually, buy the song on iTunes because I'll make
Kathleen Turner says do it.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee.
Here's my song. Watch it, y'all. I dress like a chick, and I don't give a shit. She looks real butch, And she likes it so shush. Different, different. Being offbeat. Her size is large. And bitch, she's in charge. Different, different. I'm different. You're different. We're different. That's what people say, but different in what kind of way? So different, but yeah, come what may. I'm different, that's the way I'll stay. So different, that's what people say, but different in what kind of way? So different, but yeah, come what may. I'm different, that's the way I'll stay. Won't break me. You 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 won't break me. Oh my God, we're back! Buy my song on iTunes. Hurrah! And welcome to the show, Latrice Royale and Christopher Hamblin.
Woo! Yay! Oh my God, they love you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
The ovation is so overwhelming.
I know.
They're just so in sync every time that they clap. It's like it's like they practice to be the
Yeah.
same
Who
every
Who thought like midday in LA and
I
audience
know.
would be so on?
Right.
Exactly what you need.
Lots of energy. I love it.
Right?
Hey, I was always a queen that is like, you know what? If there's applause track in that track, it's good.
It's
You know,
good.
but because you've been an entertaintress for a long time,
For a
and
long time.
you know that I'm sure you've done shows where you're like, it's just you and the staff
Oh,
of the
God.
show, and you're like,
You know what? A very wise, funny comedian once told me, sometimes you got to do it for the cushions.
Right before she mispronounced your name.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's so quiet you can literally hear the flame in the
Like,
candles.
really?
Like, yep.
Girl.
Yup.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
I'm very excited that it worked out time-wise.
You know we're going to make it work.
I know.
You
I know you're a busy lady. You are not only an entertaintress, you are a mogul of your own
I'm
company.
trying. I am trying to keep up with myself.
It's a good problem to have.
Yes, God.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that you're wearing a shirt that says cupcakes are just drag queen muffins.
Right?
That is so cute. And it's like the most fabulous cupcake I've ever
This
seen.
guy from Drag Styles, go to dragstyles.com. He makes the cutest little shirts and with puns, and they're
I
fun
love
and
it.
gay and festive. So who doesn't like a drag queen?
Right? And
Cupcake.
she's doing a split.
She is in
too.
full on showgirl.
She
right here.
is.
Yeah, something I have never been able to do, nor will
I
not
think-
attempt at this
No.
this day and age. I think a leg would crack and fall off or something. But you can do
Like-
splits.
I can.
Hell yeah.
But boy, do I feel it. I'm still feeling it.
Do you feel it like right after, or like the morning after?
Girl, I'm feeling it every day of my life. It's like, yeah, it's a constant. So I'm just like, I just adapted it and like, okay, well, this is the way you're going to feel today, bitch. So you just rub and put some ointment on these ligaments, honey, so you can get up and move, but it's all good.
We went to a gymnastics class a few weeks ago with
You
TP
did?
Lords, and they
Yeah.
tried to make me do the splits, and I was sore for a week and a half.
Oh my
God.
I love TP Lord.
But isn't she fabulous? You know her
yes.
from the Voodoo.
Yes.
Yes, you do.
That's dope. But yeah, I was getting back my I wanted to start doing cartwheels again, you know, because I used to turn it in the day, honey. And so I went to the gymnastics class to try to like work on that and brush on up and see what I can do. I can do it again.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. I got to get bold and brave.
I could. I love it. A cartwheel I could do actually.
You gotta
Yeah.
get.
But I was always afraid to do it on stage because I'm like, what if
What
it's
if it
that
don't
one
go
time where
to
it's
the-
like
Right.
That's the
it's that
part.
sloppy
Right.
ass cartwheel.
It's
Right.
like, it's going to be on video.
You shouldn't
Somebody's
have had
gonna
that
get it.
last cocktail.
I know. I
The
mean,
heel was a little higher than
went
I
off
thought it was.
I mean, for me, I could just get up and go, it's comedy.
You gotta get bold. You gotta get brave, and you gotta get insurance
Sure
just
do.
in
'Cause
case.
you know the club ain't got it.
No.
girl. Hello.
No.
her
Sometimes
name?
they barely paid you back then.
Desiree.
Yeah.
Was that her name? Gotta be bold.
Oh, you
what's
Desiree.
her name?
Yeah.
You're revamping her
That's
song.
it. You could do a number to that and just do everything you shouldn't be doing, like cartwheels, splits. Like you gotta be. Ow! That'd be really funny, actually, because it's such a beautiful song. If you were just a completely,
complete idiot with it.
I would pay all the money to see that.
You would, because you're twisted like that.
Well, how much money are we talking? I mean, I'm doing Mickey's in a few weeks.
Oh,
Well-
there we go.
She said all
I mean,
of
how
it.
many? How
She
many?
said
tips
all
is that?
of
You
it.
said all of it.
When I say all the money, remember I'm a comic. That means nothing.
There you go.
I went through her purse earlier, so if it's
I
that,
know.
just like an old tampon, that's about it.
You know what? Somebody actually did go through my purse last night and ate all my little candies and put the empty container back in my purse.
Rude.
Who does that?
Rude.
One
it
of your
Mariah?
friends.
Oh my
Look,
God.
one of your friends.
It's like, damn, you want a mint? Just ask for it, you fucker.
The people you hang out with.
Well,
girl.
well, look who I'm
I'm
every
saying.
Tuesday, 5 p.m. 's a little
Hi,
rough.
it's me.
Hey, it's me, Pandora Boxx.
Well, you guys just got engaged.
Yay!
And
We
it
did.
was very sweet. I watched the video. Well, I watched the video from Jujubee, who was behind you.
Yeah, she was
And I kind of was like, God, that's really, they kissed and I don't see any lipstick on Christopher. And then I saw the video from the front. I was like, oh, no, there it is.
That's why we never kiss when he's in drag,
Yeah.
just because it's not practical.
Right.
Like,
It's messy.
Right.
it's not
It's
romantic
messy.
at
Right.
all. you
Ian,
know?
Ian won't kiss me. He's like, no, no. And it's fine.
Ian can't really be bothered with her at all, though. Like, you know, like he's in love with you, and that's great. But he
Yeah.
just doesn't fuck with Pandora too much at all, really.
He's kind of over her. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's okay. Like, I've seen it.
Grateful for her existence.
He's like,
Thank
I hear
you,
those
but
dumb, corny jokes at home. I don't need to go to stage.
He's like, sit down, Aunt Panda, you're drunk.
Ian was like one of the other first other kind of boyfriends that I got to know on the cruises and stuff.
Yeah.
So like it's been fun getting to know you guys as another couple because we don't get a whole lot of time to hang out with other couples,
No.
really.
Yeah.
It's true. And it's hard to have a relationship and be a drag queen, especially a drag queen that was on a little TV show called RuPaul's Drag Race and travels and is known, and it's hard.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It takes a lot of responsibility and a lot of like, they have to be like really secure within themselves because to
Yeah.
feel overshadowed by what's
Yeah.
going on, there's a lot going on. I need someone who's going to be able to step up and step in front in times that I can't and don't want to, you know what I
Right.
mean? And so he is the perfect balance, you know what I mean? And he gets it. So
I always said I didn't want the spotlight for myself, but I didn't want to sit at home bored either. Like show business is all I've ever really known. This is what I know how to do.
Yeah.
And I've said for a long time, I think the price of fame is anonymity. You know,
Yeah.
like walk through the airport with him and you'll see what happens. You don't get a whole lot of privacy anymore. So it's like I wasn't too interested in all that. You know, I
Right.
was fine in the corner,
Right.
but
really.
now here you are.
But here I am on the-
Exactly.
I mean, really.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the show. I thought it would be
Yeah.
fun for you guys to come on.
Well, I appreciate
Thank
the
you.
opportunity. You know I adore you with everything. You were one of the first girls I met New Year's in Denver, right? Wasn't that when we met the first time?
I think so.
Oh,
At
right.
Tracks.
Yeah.
That was the first time that I met you, and we shared a Carol Channing fetish
Aw.
and a self-deprecation
did.
fetish. We enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
We enjoy putting ourselves down.
too,
So
yeah.
I'm glad for the opportunity.
I
Thanks for
enjoy
having
putting
me.
her down too.
Oh,
So
it's a lot of fun.
It's
It's
great
a
for
lot of
everybody.
fun. It's
Yeah.
become trendy.
Yeah, I know.
It's easy.
I know. Hey, we don't need to talk about the roast of Michelle Visage.
I mean, really.
I went on antidepressants after that. But
That
anyway,
one time Mimi was funny.
just the one.
The one.
Just the one.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
you gotta. I mean, she's been working at it for so long. At least she had one good show out of 3,000 of
Yeah,
them.
well,
but,
there you have it.
but speaking of actually good shows, Here's to Life, amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
And
Thank you.
I mean, I was
So
there
glad
with
you
your
came.
family,
Yeah.
and gosh, I mean, I knew it was coming. So I've seen. I feel lucky that I've seen it through all the
The
You
incarnations
saw
workshops
the
and
first incarnation.
yeah, and it's
yeah.
always been amazing, but it's just so solid now. So I knew the story that was going to make me cry. So I'm like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to cry. But then but the crowd was just electric. Like, it was a really great audience, and they were so involved that when it got really quiet, I was in towards the back, and I was glad because I could see everybody's faces, and all I heard was throughout the whole crowd, and I was like, wow, this is amazing, and it's such an amazing story, and it's a great way to share it with everybody. So.
Yeah, thank you.
I love Here's to Life. That's me gushing as a fan.
Oh, thank you. It's really a labor of love, and it's like Christopher was just really instrumental in getting me.
But bump instrumental.
And getting me to sing and be able to hear my voice and find my tone and what sounded right for me.
Right.
And we worked and played, and I took some vocal lessons and got better. And
I was literally just at home one day and a little bored and playing piano, and I was playing Summertime, just like in the soprano key from the opera, and he comes in with like a bad Paul Robeson impression, like to be funny cooking.
Yeah.
He was in the just swooping and being silly, and
that's
I
old
was like,
slave hymnal.
but I didn't stop it. Right, very that. And so I just didn't stop him, just so that when he had sung the whole song, I was like, you could actually do that, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's actually lovely, and no one else is doing it. Like,
Right.
there's lots and lots of songs that, whether it's you're talking about drag or cabaret or anything going right now, I just don't think anybody's doing this material, and certainly not telling this much of a story through the use of the material. So I think it's been fun to see him really take all these risks, and New York really embraced him just as a cabaret artist, not just like a RuPaul's Drag Race star. Do you know what I mean? And that was our goal with the project, and it seems to have been working. And that one time Mimi was helpful too. She really has really, really shepherded us and made us both step out of ourselves and into ourselves sort of at the same time.
Well, she knows her shit. Mimi does.
She
know it.
really,
I mean,
really
she
does.
puts together a great show.
Great
so
producer.
Before I ever was really involved with anything, I was having conversations with her on Facebook about Brechtian theater and its relationship to
Oh, wow.
drag and things like that.
Really?
And so I already knew that she was
cool.
smarter than your average bear. So
Yeah.
it took a lot of trust to get somebody to help us with it.
Yeah.
But she was the one.
She was the one, and who knew, But, we worked with Mimi on the cruises, so we had already.
She was the show's first technical director,
Yeah.
and she really saw intimately what it needed and believed in it, and said the first incarnation of the show you were lip syncing about half of the
half of
songs,
it, yeah.
and then we found out that people connected with his voice so
More
much
than the lip sync.
that it felt empty then to lip sync. Although there's the one lip sync song, but you take them to church so hard nobody's mad.
Right.
And then they believe that I'm singing it anyway.
I know. I think people really were like, "Oh God!" It felt like you were singing it.
Right.
So
Well,
it's a perfect.
You
song
gotta
for
you gotta
it.
put a little Britney in your
I
show.
mean, right.
I mean,
Oh God! Well, if we're gonna talk about Britney, we might as well get on our soapbox. It's our portion of the show. I'm waiting. There's a sound
Wait,
effect.
we have it.
Soapbox.
You threw him a curveball.
sorry.
The
You
live
threw him a
studio
curveball.
audience just.
Oh,
I have to use. And it's time for our soapbox.
Sorry, our soapbox is drunk.
Well, this is where we just talk about some gay things and like pop culture and weird news stories and kind of just let it all hang
Craziness.
Okay.
out. So have you guys seen like those ghost hunter kind of shows? that are
Yeah.
doing this?
I don't watch them a lot, but I have seen.
I don't either, but
I love
'cause-
them. I'm such a nerd.
But
Shit. They never see anything,
There's
but-
one.
Never.
There's one for the LGBT community now. They're investigators from Columbus, Ohio, and they're queer ghost hunters, and it's a new reality web series, and they're hunting for gay ghosts and maybe helping them come out of the closet. Like they feel like maybe they're still closeted.
You know
and
what?
stuff.
You know what? You're so stupid. Are you kidding me right now?
No, it's real.
No, I
it's
watched
not a
it
joke.
12 times to figure out if it was real. And the one clip is there's a lesbian who is in a graveyard, and she's saying
Oh my God.
she's out there. She's like, "We're lesbians too. We have a car. Would you like to
Stop
get in our
it.
car?" And they're talking about and it's
We have a
100%
U-Haul.
real.
Would you like to get in our U-Haul? There's cats.
It's on the web, right?
yeah.
That's
yeah, web
why.
series.
so she's like Tangina for fags.
Oh my god, I love that! Tangina.
but not as sassy as
It's like
Tangina.
don't go towards the light. Go to the disco ball.
This house is queer.
Oh my god.
if it was Tangina or someone like that, I would watch every episode. But it's
I
not.
totally would.
It's a lesbian
I
with no
totally
makeup
would.
on, and I'm like, I'm not
My
interested.
word.
But
I
like they're
have no
looking at all
idea.
these like weird places, like old insane asylums, like abandoned bathhouses, and I'm like, look, if you want to find a bunch of gay, no, they do, no, seriously, that's where they're looking, and I'm like, if you want to find a bunch of gay ghosts, just go to Rage, girl. That place is dead.
Down.
What? What? I'm sorry. Did I say
Girl,
something
the
wrong?
shade.
Did I say something
The
wrong?
shade of it all, honey.
I,
She said that.
I
blue?
did.
I just said blue.
Anybody work there anymore?
I can literally claim
Tea.
ignorance. I literally, like, I'm never in Los Angeles, so I had nothing to do with any of this.
Most of our listeners don't have any clue what she's talking about either. 'Cause
But the three who do are like, damn.
No, I caught the read. I didn't miss what you said, but
Well-
I can't verify its validity.
Well,
I'm not saying nothing. Because if someone pays me money, I'll be there.
when was
Because
okay?
sometimes you got to do it for the cushion.
Okay, thank you. You may have said it a little nicer than me. We'll talk later,
Cash
girl.
up front.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real.
Which is
Damn.
like the one piece of advice that Rue left us with on when we did our reunion. It was like reunion, like we just sat there. In
Oh,
the
right, yeah.
warehouse and people read each other. And she said, she goes, make sure that when you go out, you get half up front and half right before you walk on stage. That's my advice. I
That's
leave you
smart.
with. And I was like, damn, even RuPaul's been screwed over because she wouldn't give that advice if she hadn't been.
That's the
Yeah.
truth.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but I think as a drag queen that's done a lot of shows, we know.
We know. Oh, we know. But we digress.
Yeah.
So,
But I'm not gonna. I mean,
Wow.
I'm still getting looks, you guys.
I know I got it leaked through me.
Wow, I feel.
Well, you're a
Wow.
comic, you know. You must have been stood
yeah.
up a time or two.
Oh yeah, completely. I just did a show not too long ago in Las Vegas, and it was a 9:00 show. I got there at 8:50. All of us comics did. The booker wasn't there. The host wasn't there. There was like a small crowd, which was cool. But then the host eventually shows up at 9:30, and he's like, "Yeah, I guess we'll get started at 9:45." And then he starts. He does 10 minutes of terrible dick jokes and walks half the crowd. And then we had to go up after that. And we were like, and then the booker never showed up and nobody got paid. I was like, wow.
oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, we still had fun with it because we were just like, well, fuck it. Let's just do all new material and just talk some shit. Up
Right,
here. You know,
right.
and it was still fun, but it was just like, oh, okay. Cool.
I don't know if I could have been funny after not getting paid.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, $3 paycheck. So
Maybe-
it was fine.
Right.
Maybe that's what they can look for too. The ghost of old drag queens that are still waiting waiting to get paid.
I know.
The club's going, where's my money?
I've often said I want to host a show about drag hoarders. I want to go through like
That'd be fun.
because they're
Oh
out
my
there,
God,
girl.
they're out there.
No, I think
Drag
the same
queens are
thing.
not known for their organizational skills, so I came along and have a career.
Every time I
That's really smart.
I mean, for real, like it's a hard thing to do to be that creative and keep up with all that you have to keep up with
Right.
to be that creative.
Right.
I mean, we have to think 2-3 weeks ahead sometimes, and you're like, I've never even been there. What am I going to take with me?
Right. Right. And
yeah, and then you do show to show, and sometimes you wanna leave your stuff for a while. Like, I don't want to think about drag for a couple days,
Yeah.
and then you're like, shit, I have to pack. Oh, I don't want that, and then I just have little piles. I'm like, okay, that was from the other week, and then
yeah.
Yeah, it becomes very piley, doesn't it? You work in piles.
and I'm like, and then I go, I'm a drag hoarder.
But let's be real, bitch, because I've seen your drag house.
Okay,
Oh.
it's true.
She
It's
has
true.
a separate back house.
It's a garage.
It's a house. And it's been converted, got carpet in there, a nice little sewing area. Everything is all up and around and arranged and hung, and we're in this place. And everybody who's come over there has been completely jealous because we wish we had a space.
Yeah.
It's true, and I can thank Ian for that and his parents who helped convert this garage into
Oh, that's
a little
awesome.
drag studio.
It's
See,
a-
he
She's
loves
had
you
this-
so much. That's so great.
He does, and also he didn't want to look at the drag, so he's like, we're gonna put it all
We're
here.
gonna put her outside, honey.
Latrice has her own room too.
But she still makes her way into other
Yeah.
parts of the house.
true. Yeah.
It's like,
It's more the fan art, like because we hang things up and keep it
Oh, that's
around things that are
awesome.
given, and so it's become
Yeah.
the what we put on the wall. We didn't have other things to put on the wall. Neither of us had a lot of stuff, so we have a little.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
All the, like it must be awesome to, like let's say maybe like you're tired one day, but if you walk into a room and you just see like just all this inspiration on your wall,
that's what
gotta
it
be
kind
pretty
of,
cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
See some stuff of where you've been and who loves you, and
Right.
it's awesome.
Right. And it reminds you of all the time that people took that they really
It's
care.
true
you
because
know?
it's like that is time consuming. They like put their little
Right.
hands together to make it happen. So
Right.
it's really sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
I love that. I have no segue into the next
I
topic.
know.
Okay,
Sometimes
so-
she's
That's
really
all
gonna
right.
segue,
Sometimes you
sometimes-
just don't get one. But you might be aware, but there's an unprecedented number of states that will vote on marijuana.
Oh, I know. Ooh, let me add it.
I don't know if you know anything about marijuana, Latrice, but
I've heard.
there's voters in 5 states will decide whether to fully legalize recreational use, while voters in 4 more will weigh in whether to allow medicinal marijuana. But California is one of them that is voting for
Again.
recreational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna pass.
Yeah.
It's gonna pass.
And
I
I'm
hope
just
so.
I'm just like, yes, of course it
I
should just be
mean, it's-
legal.
Right.
I mean, it's safer than alcohol, and it's now
Way.
it's grown.
Right. Have you ever heard of someone getting high and getting into a bar fight or like robbing a liquor store?
No, bitch.
Like we might rob a box of Cheetos, but
Right.
like big deal.
Yeah.
But California is, believe it or not, actually quite conservative still sometimes. Like
Yeah.
Orange
a
County.
lot. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why.
It's Orange County.
But if you think about it, I mean, if they were to legalize it, the tax, all of that money that could go to the
Well,
budget.
that's what they're
I
mad
mean,
about now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
That's why they don't want it
It's-
to pass because
Yeah.
it's not their money anymore.
Yeah.
Medicinal marijuana has already made like billions of dollars.
It
in
has.
tax
Bajillions,
revenue.
yeah.
Well, but there is no tax on it, or maybe it's included. I don't know. I mean,
I
like
think
when
it's
you go into
included.
it is included.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Well, there you go.
When we saw you in Denver at Trax that New Year's, it became legal in Colorado that day.
Oh, that's right.
And we were
Yeah.
out. We were driving from the
Airport.
from the hotel to the airport, and we could see a dispensary line out the door.
Yeah.
But
Like
they were all just chilling,
Right?
peacefully waiting,
Right?
just
Exactly.
waiting,
Just happy.
Yeah, happy.
Yeah.
Connecting on a level, you know. I love stoners.
I know.
I do.
I do find that because I have a card, and so like when you go in, it's awesome because it's kind of like you can just make like a grocery list. I need milk, eggs, and indica. It's like you just walk in, but everyone's like so polite and friendly
And helpful.
and
And they educate you on what you're getting.
They're
'Cause
very
they
smart
have
about it.
to.
Yeah.
It's a
this
whole
is
other language.
like it's a whole nother level. And
Yeah.
I think that it's the responsible thing to do.
Right.
And whereas, you can just go freely buy all this different kind of alcohol and go out and kill
know.
somebody. So like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
It just makes sense.
And it really does help people medically. I have bulging discs in my back, and it's really painful sometimes. So I can walk in.
What?
Bulging discs.
Oh, I thought you said
you
bulging
Oh,
something else.
well, I wish that weren't in my back. I wish that were more in the
Wow,
front.
girl.
What?
She has 2 dicks that are growing out of her back.
I feel like I'm on a roll today. I don't know. I don't know.
She's gonna
Were
have
you
a
at
new
Burning Man all week or something? Is that what you mean? You've been rolling all week?
No.
To add to her comedy, she's like, "What if I just grew 2 dicks on my back?" And
Did you see that guy with the 2?
We did.
Oh my gosh.
We did. That was interesting.
Was it?
Yeah. I don't know.
the double dick
The
dude.
d-
Yeah, the
where
double
it's
dick dude.
split.
He
He had like a big one and a small one attached to each other.
he follows me
Oh,
on
that's
Twitter.
not-
Oh, really?
Does he really?
And I wrote
hilarious.
something about him or posted the AMA or something, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a big fan of Drag Race. I love you." And I'm like, "Well, Double Dick Dude is a fan of mine."
Double dick dude. Oh, wow, he just brought up a picture. Don't look.
That should be your next single, Pandora.
Double dick
Dick
dude. That'd be kind of cool.
Is a fan
well,
of mine.
That
If we're
would be
going to talk
kinda
about
right.
dicks, I don't know if you're playing Pokemon Go or not, but there is now a gay
Oh
porn.
my God, I just saw
a
the
gay
double
Oh, yeah,
porn on the
yeah.
screen.
A gay porn parody of it.
Oh, right.
That is ridiculous.
Who made it? Who made
It's
it?
Oh.
men.com.
There's
Oh.
the dick
Oh, I
again.
figured it might be. They do a lot of those parodies. huh?
Yeah, and there's you catch.
Oh,
You
I
got
guess
it?
one is bigger than the other
Yeah,
one,
I know.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't. And
You
it
gotta-
and it sometimes looks like one is circumcised and the other one is not. Although I
Yeah.
don't think that that's the case.
What?
Oh, and he is not in Pokemon Go. the
Oh,
porn
no.
parody.
Although
No,
we're
we
still
just
looking
got-
at
We just got way
pictures.
distracted by the dick.
You see my
Latrice
face?
is-
Yeah.
So puzzled.
Pictures just came up on the screen, and Latrice is also
We got
like,
a
in
little
case you're just
distracted.
if you're not watching and you're listening, just so
I-
you know that there's
Can
a.
they use
can-
both of them?
All right,
I
can we
would
just
assume
not look at this
so.
anymore?
I just
The one time Pandora doesn't want to look at a dick.
I'm like, can we please change the screen from double?
It is quite uncomfortable in a way, but hey.
Yes.
Maybe it feels great. I don't know.
I don't know.
That got weird. Okay, Pokemon.
Because you went there, girl. Back to
did.
Pokemon Go. Okay.
No, it's fine. Now I don't even know what to say. But
There's a gay one.
yeah, there's a gay porn parody of Pokemon Go, and you look for
Do you get
one of the Pokemon is Butt Plugosaurus that you look for.
oh
And the tagline is "Gotta fuck 'em all." And
Right. And it's called Pokemon Go.
oh.
and Johnny Rapid, who
Oh,
I kinda
yes.
like as a porn star, he
Are
plays
you into
Ash. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm kind of like
He kind of looks like Ash. I can see him.
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not that into porn, but oddly, I'm
just
kind of
took-
like, this is interesting.
I just took a picture of myself with a Pikachu head on in Hawaii, so I feel like,
Wow.
oh no.
Where did you get a Pikachu head?
It was backstage at Scarlet in Honolulu. We were just in Hawaii on vacation,
Oh.
and there was a Pikachu costume back
Fun.
there, and so I just threw the head on and just took a little selfie. But when I saw
funny.
the cover come up, I thought about it.
Huh.
You could be a what do they call them? Fluffy?
A fluffer?
Flurry.
Flurry.
No, the
Fluffer?
people who like to have
Furry.
Furry. Okay.
Yeah,
Where
furry, right?
they
yeah.
dress up in the
Yes.
furry characters.
I
Right.
don't get that.
Want to bump and grind. They actually, there's names for each thing they do. Like, it's not called scrumping, but something where they rub up on each other, but there's a name for it. There's a whole, I saw it
Like-
on an
What
episode of
What kind
CSI.
sensation is that? Like, I don't get it. You can't, what are you feeling?
I don't like
I don't
the
know,
like
but
the
it's kinda
animal
like-
suit that they're wearing.
Well, you know how some guys have a thing for drag queens, than the character of a drag queen. And the
Yeah,
rest
but
of
that's
guys,
still
but-
flesh on flesh.
Yeah, that's still
Right.
a person though.
But you got on like big old bobblehead and
I'd be sweating my ass
Oh.
off.
Right.
literally.
Oh.
Who directed this movie?
Doesn't matter.
Well,
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. They did the they just did a Tarzan movie too, I think, right?
Oh yeah.
Men.com I think just did a Tarzan parody too.
The porn parodies are always right there. They're like,
right
okay,
there,
there's
and I think maybe I don't think they did Star Wars or something.
oh, they did do Star Wars because we talked about it on the show. And,
They've really got a thing going
yeah,
with
they
this.
really people must love it. and
Yeah,
they
I
keep
guess
doing
so.
it.
I never, it was never my thing. I never saw many parodies.
Oh my! I just remembered something. Years ago I was waiting tables and I used to have these regulars who worked up the street. I worked in Canoga Park, which is like porn capital, right?
Oh, uh-huh.
So there were these two guys that worked in one of the production companies, and so like one day they just brought in a bunch of stuff and they're like, here, I brought something for you. And he gave me a parody. It was a Gilligan's Island sex parody. And I'm like, that's supposed to be my grandpa? You want me to watch? That's the most uncomfortable.
Oh, no.
I was like, it creeped me out so bad. I'm like, please take that back.
If you don't know, Samantha's grandfather played the skipper on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah,
so.
we were talking about that earlier.
Oh.
And yeah, so it was just like,
I didn't remember
Oh,
that.
you're so famous.
well, related to famous.
She keeps bringing it up today. So.
Shut up! You brought it up. You brought it up.
I did a church choir tour where it was Gilligan's and I was Gilligan.
Oh, really? Oh,
And
how
they thought I was
fun.
really him.
Really?
That, like the kids, you know, like they really
Oh,
like it was
cute.
kind of fun though. It was fun to
Aw.
embody that. He was a fun character.
Yeah.
I always wanted to,
Yeah.
I always wanted to be Ginger, but I knew I was just Gilligan.
Aw.
I'm like, oh, I'm just Gilligan.
Well, you could have been Marianne Greer.
Totally.
Could be Marianne.
Totally. Marianne Dawn Wells came to the very first show I ever did. Came and sat in the front row.
I
that
played
cool?
piano once for Tina Louise.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, how
I
fun.
did. It was a lot of
Love
fun.
it.
She sang Lily Marlene.
I didn't know she was a singer.
Oh, yeah.
I've never met her.
She really was. Yeah, oh, yeah. It was everything. I had a lot of fun with
Oh,
that.
how cool.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
12 people saw it happen, but
I know.
Oh my god.
12 people and 12 cushions.
Yeah, yeah.
So we always like end on one topic that kind of makes you go.
I know, that shocked me too.
Oh my goodness.
So I found this article and it said the title was "Mom Explains Why She Still Wipes Her Son's Bottom Even Though He's 12 Years Old."
Oh.
And there were this talk about moms revealing the shocking ages at which their kids become toilet trained. And some of them, like, they still, like, their 6-year-old throws a tantrum and they still wipe their butt. And, like, they'll just sit there on the toilet. And one woman was like, I wipe all my kids' butts. And the oldest is 12. And I'm just like, you know, there's a lot of millennial talk and how they're spoiled and entitled. I'm like, girl, if you are wiping your child's butt at 12, what do you think
Right.
they're going to act like when they're in society?
He's
Are
gonna
you
be
still going to be wiping your butt? When
Yeah.
Is this like attachment parenting?
Oh.
I don't know.
Is that
Remember,
the term
like
for it? The woman
Mayim
who-
Bialik came out as like an
Oh, yeah,
attachment
that's right.
parent, and like
Right.
it was like the controversy was about like nursing,
Breastfeeding.
breastfeeding up to a like whatever age you're
Right.
supposed to.
Right.
I don't know. Is this an
Maybe.
extension of that? I don't know.
could
It could be,
be.
yeah, actually. That's a
I
valid
don't know.
point. But this little twerp is going to be expecting women to wipe
I didn't
his
mean
ass
to make
the
a
rest
valid
of his
point.
life.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. I'm just like, nope. I'm not gonna wipe.
Right. No, I'm with
You want
you
me to wipe
totally.
your
Yeah,
butt?
yeah. But that is an interesting. You're right. That might be a thing. I don't know.
I'm about take the garden hose. I'll hold your ass.
Okay,
outside if you can't wipe your
okay.
own butt.
I mean, that's just
Right?
nasty at this point.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's nasty. And then, like, if you, that's way too old.
Yeah.
That's way too
Yeah,
old.
because you're like in middle school by the time you're 12.
Yeah, you should be
Yeah,
in
You're like in
sixth grade?
Sixth grade.
That's not good.
I can't imagine going, Mom.
I know.
I just pooped.
Oh. Oh.
This is
Don't you have a
not
song
right.
where one of the lyrics are "I just pooped"?
Oh yeah. It's my new parody single out soon. Oops, I think I pooped.
Mom.
Not about anybody having to wipe me. Although I do remember
God.
on Being Bobby Brown, where they were talking about, where Whitney and Bobby were talking about, remember that time I had to dig that duty bubble out your butt? And I was like,
Oh. No.
I do not remember that.
She was constipated.
and
he did it for
he,
her.
he dug a duty bubble out her butt.
That's love.
That is love.
And I will never forget it because I'm scarred for life. That's all I can ever think.
Obviously. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
But yeah, what a lovely note to end
I
the
know.
show
I know. On that
on.
note.
I'm sorry, I should have picked a non-poop
It's okay.
topic, but
No, it's okay. We're very poop friendly here.
but,
at
you
the
know, we're
Pandora Boxx
concerned
Show.
about parenting on
Yeah.
this show. And
That's true. Well, you know, to each their own, right?
well, I hope everyone out there can wipe their own butt that's listening.
'Cause this show
This
has
is-
gone to shit.
Now we can end the show.
Yay.
Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for being on the
Thank
show.
you. It was a lot of fun.
Latrice Royale, where can we find you online? And
You can find me on Facebook at Latrice Royale Inc. You can find me on Twitter at Latrice Royale, Instagram, www.latriceroyale.com. Get my schedule and all your pieces of Latrices and all that kind of good stuff.
Yay.
Yeah.
I love that. And Christopher, if you want to step out of the behind the scenes and tell people where they can find you.
Oh,
online.
well, I am at Miss Hamblin on Twitter, and I'm at Christopher L. Hamblin on Instagram.
Yay. I
Cute.
love it. And such a great couple.
Thank you.
I love you guys.
Aw,
Sorry, that's
our
so
first
good.
couple on the show.
We love you too. Ooh,
Yay.
totally.
Thank you. And Samantha Hale, who's wiping your butt tonight?
Well, what are you doing later?
No, fired. You're fired.
You can find pictures of me wiping Pandora's butt at Twitter and Instagram at
They're
the Samantha
for
Hale.
sale, real cheap.
Yeah, you're real
TMZ?
cheap. We'll pay
TMZ,
you.
anybody?
We'll pay you. We'll
need
pay
a
you to
career
put them up.
boost.
I know. Well, there may have been someone who's called TMZ on themselves. Tyra. What?
Oh, God.
She's spilling the
She is
tea.
getting us in trouble.
She
All
spilled the tea.
right, so I'm ending the show. I'm Pandora Boxx. That's why it's called the Pandora Boxx Show. You can find me at pandoraboxx.com. There's an extra X in box because the extra X marks the spot. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.